Welcome back to another episode of NFT Catcher Podcast. We'd like to remind everybody that nothing on the show is meant as financial advice, and to please do your own research. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Now the subject is NFTs.
They're known as non-fungible tokens, or NFTs.
NFTs are exploding in popularity.
This is a technology that will forever change the way people interact.
So it is happening whether you understand it and like it or not.
This phenomenon is moving. The digital.
You have now joined Jenny from the blockchain and Michael Keene on the NFT Catcher Podcast.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the NFT Catcher Podcast with me, Jenny from the blockchain, and my co-host here, Michael Keene. Michael, what's up? How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you? Another crazy week.
I know, Another crazy week. Excited to get into it. We got to start this off with a bang. The Sotheby's auction ended. 101 Bored Apes sold for $24 million. Wow.
That's something. That's almost $250,000 each.
That's crazy.
Yeah. For 101 of them, it's 1% of the entire collection. It also came with 6 serums. I'm not sure which ones. Doesn't sound like Omega was in there. Must not have been.
And there was even a separate one where they did 101 Bored Ape Kennel Club dogs that sold for 1.8 million as well.
Yeah.
And there was like a total gold dog in there too, which was really cool.
Yeah, there was. So like, I guess there was the 101. It was kind of like a mix of, mid and low tier, but then there were some real nice ones, I guess, to get the price up. Yeah. Pretty wild. That's, that made national news everywhere. It's good stuff.
Do we know who auctioned off their apes?
Yeah, I was wondering that. Who collected the 100?
Where did those 101 apes come from?
Yeah.
Because the top holder has, oh, great. Now I have to double check here.
It is like 123 or something, because I read that in one of the articles. You can look there to see.
The top holder has 105.
100, okay, only 100. Oh, wow.
And the second top holder has 103, and that's none other than Dingaling. So, yeah. And if you remember, here's a little history lesson here. The apes came out in early May, and it's been 4 months now, which is crazy. When they first started, we know it was 10,000 to mint at 0.08. Pranksy, who at the time actually, it was kind of like anything that Pranksy minted, everyone else just kind of minted as well. Pranksy's kind of more, they had a second child, they're more on the back burner now, and everyone doesn't exactly copy everything that they mint. But it kind of used to be where they were the person in the space that people would just copy. And so they actually minted 12% of the supply. They minted 1,200 right off the bat initially. And they started slowly selling them off. And, they sold a chunk, within the first couple weeks. And I think now they're down to, a handful, single digit amount of Bored Apes left.
I bought mine from Pranksy.
That's awesome. There we go.
Yeah, I know. I was going to add something later on.
You're like a Pranksy baby then.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. Something like that. I don't know if I put in those words, but yeah, something like that.
That's exciting. So yeah, that's huge. And I thought that the news would kind of maybe make the apes pump a bit, but they've been kind of steady. They haven't really, what is the floor? 34,
it's come,
34
30
right now?
33 and a half when I looked this morning. Yeah. So I tracked it this morning, which is down from, it was 22.9 August 21st. So it's not like it's terrible.
Well, yeah, if you're looking, if you're
right, but then
out.
August 20, right, and then August 25th, it was 36. Up to, and it got up to, obviously we know, in the 60s 2 Saturdays ago
before the Mutants came out. And as we know, it's always kind of a good strategy to, if you're really trying to sell the local top of something, sell before they come out with the derivative or they airdrop the thing that they're gonna do.
Yeah,
but unless you really want it.
I thought about that too. I was like, it could sell it, and then it's going to probably come down because 60 is just ridiculous. But then you have to get a different one.
I know, that's the thing.
That's the whole non-fungible thing,
Yeah, that's a whole non-fungible.
Yeah.
That I'm curious about the Cool Cats. They just had a town hall meeting today, and
Okay.
so they're coming out with their companions and this month, and so I'm curious, what the floor is going to pump to on the Cool Cats. I think the floor right now is like 4 ETH. The highest that the Cool Cats floor got to was like 6 point something.
Yep.
Almost 7. So it's like, I'm curious, what are they going to reach new all-time high for the floor prices? What is the situation for that? And I don't know what I'm going to, I think I'm going to, I don't know. I might end up selling right before and then buying back after, but I do kind of want a companion. So I don't know. The struggle is real.
Yeah, it's a good question. Can you maybe you could sell at the height and then buy a Cool Cat and a companion and make a couple bucks?
Yeah, maybe if I I would have to buy the companion after, maybe a couple of days, like give it some time to
let
rest.
it settle down. Yeah.
Because usually, it's like the first day that something comes out, there's always that initial hype. It's always, that's kind of like, that's its, price peak. I feel like initial pump, that it has.
Yep.
It's like,
and
then it's like the next couple of days. Okay, what's the next thing, And so then that's kind of a good opportunity if you are looking to get on to something, long term.
If you're on top of that, you can do really well doing that. We used to call it in tickets, sell the sizzle. Cause like the highest volume, like you said, that first day, right? That first day is like the highest volume is happening, there's a lot of movement. For sure. Yeah, the Mutants started really high and they're down. Where are they down to? 3.9. I think they were at 8. Yeah, I think they were at 8 or so for
I remember
when they
them
started.
Yep. Wow. That's interesting. I wonder what they'll get to. I mean, you have to think everyone essentially got one for free, right? Well, no, never mind. Because then there was the 10K that came out with that you can mint, right?
Yep. Totally.
Okay,
that they paid 3 or a tiny bit less plus gas.
Right. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So we'll see if it gets below mint price.
Yep. And still more can be created because I haven't even created mine yet.
Oh, right.
I was in there last night. I almost clicked the button, but I was like, nah, no reason to do it right at this minute. Let's wait and see. I'm hoping, I don't know. I keep trying to do the math and figure out, but I don't think it's probably going to happen, but hoping that M1 serum ends up being worth a lot somehow, like gets scarce.
I would imagine that it would. Like I would imagine that it would.
But there's only 2,500 apes that'll be eligible to use it.
So you can't get a second. You can't like, oh, I just used it on my ape and then I sold my ape and then the new person wants the mutant of it. You can't do that.
So you can only use the M1 serum on any given ape once.
Okay.
And 7,500 of those apes got one. So the only people really that don't want to buy an M1 from me is someone that sold their M1 or one of the people that got the M2.
I mean, it could be like a collectible, it's like they just want to hold on to it.
Yeah.
Like maybe they don't want to redeem it. They're just like, I just want to have a serum.
It could be. Yeah. There's no limit. It says, I don't think there's a time limit on when you can make your mutant.
Right.
So that's why I'm holding it, just because there's not a time limit and give myself the options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In other big news, 3 huge rare Pepe sales happened in the past 24 hours. There were 3 big Series 1 card 1, the Pepe Nakamoto card, sold for 147 ETH, 112 ETH, and 127 ETH, all in the last 24 hours. And the Nakamoto card, which is the Series 1 card 1, it has an edition size of 300. And rare Pepes, if you don't know about rare Pepes and you're listening in, it's one of the first, let's just say this. It's the oldest, most popular NFT on the blockchain, on the Bitcoin blockchain. So it's not on Ethereum. It's not an ERC, 721. It's on Bitcoin, which is weird, and there aren't NFTs on Bitcoin. There are only a handful of NFTs on Bitcoin, and the rare Pepes aren't the first, but they are from 2016, which is really old. And But they're like the most popular. So there's like another one that was like before them, but it's like, but they're not like popular at all. But the rare Pepes, it's like these are popular. So that was interesting. People are wanting to collect those.
Where does one buy Bitcoin blockchain NFTs?
So, okay, so you could actually get a rare. It's a little bit complicated, actually. And you know, I would recommend. There's this guy. First of all, Debussy and Daniel on. I don't know their exact handles, but on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me find Daniel because he does some. Daniel got hits. That's his Twitter, and he makes videos about rare Pepes and like how to, you know, make sure you're not buying, you know, one that, you know, is a scam or whatever. But basically, Emblem Vault on Ethereum on OpenSea. That's what it's called. Now there's a ton of rare Pepe cards. The only ones that are like really actually valuable are the Series 1. And the first 10, the guy Daniel was saying, like the first 10 are the best ones to get.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, I bought number 4. And then he was saying, oh, that one had, you know, the supply is 100,000. And I was like, oh, well, you know, and so it's hard. You have to really do a lot of research. It's one of those, like, you really have to research before you buy, because you could end up buying basically you can end up buying one of these on OpenSea, and there's nothing to back it up. You have to like confirm on the site. I don't know. It's kind of complicated. Like you have to like go to the site, then confirm that the card's actually in there. And then, you know, from there, but nonetheless.
Yeah. I love when you get into the vintage NFTs, you're like a NFT archaeologist or something, you know. I learned so much. Seriously. I want to get more into that because there's going to be some huge moves, like just sitting there waiting for people to discover them, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah. People love old stuff. And especially with meme value, like those ether rocks, those things going for what? At least, what's the floor on those? I mean, 100 ETH minimum at least. And there's it's only out of 100, right? There's only 100 rocks. I want to say.
Yeah. And now like there's like a million different derivative. Everything's like a rock. So I don't even know what I'm looking at. There's like rock this, rock that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We spoke about Pranksy earlier. I wanted to mention they flipped a punk. It was a punk, not an ape. I wrote ape for $1.25 million profit in 6 hours. Bought one, sold one.
A punk. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yep.
They are Pranksy. If you don't follow Pranksy, I think that's their Twitter handle, right? Their Twitter handle is just Pranksy.
Should be.
Let's double check. Yep, Pranksy on Twitter. If you don't follow Pranksy, you totally should. They are a true OG in the space. They've been around for years, and you know they have their own NFT boxes, which we've talked about before. And they are like the best flipper in the game. I would say they are. No,
I mean that ape move is like absolutely legendary. Like that we talked about forever, you know.
Yeah.
That's just just spectacular.
Yeah, they're killing it. Okay, another thing to talk about. Honestly, I feel like not too much happened. I mean, I didn't really, you know, buy or sell anything except these two things that I'm about to bring up now, which first of all, the BYO pills. If anybody listened to our previous episodes, we have talked about this in the past. I thought they were slept on before when the floor was 0.07. Now the floor is back up. You know, they're doing solid. And if you had already pills by the time of the screenshot, which honestly, I forget when the screenshot was. It was like a week ago. Then you can now redeem for your access key. And the access key is going to grant you the ability to redeem for one of their avatars, which they're launching in October. And they have shown some teasers. And honestly, those people are good at graphic design. Like they are good with the graphics and the promo videos and everything. So I'm pumped for that. But anyways, I redeemed mine, six access keys, and it only cost me 0.008 ETH. to mint. The minting went so smooth. So I don't know how they wrote their contract, but I know it had to do with the fact that the access keys were ERC 1155 tokens, which generally cost less gas. And so I was on a Twitter Spaces, and I know you're saying you want to get on some more Twitter Spaces because you're always in Clubhouse. And this guy, I think I talked about him last week, Satoshi's mom, he's always inviting me to his weekly Twitter Spaces. And he was saying he thinks the solution to these gas wars is these projects to basically kind of like whitelist people from crypto sign, like have people kind of pre-order and say, yes, I want to buy, this many amount. And then have them be like these access keys or mint passes that are ERC 1155s so that gas is cheap. And then,
then there's no rush and you can,
and then it can, get redeemed. And it's like, I mean, and what's so interesting though about the ERC 1155s, and this is what I said on the Spaces too, was that the first popular ERC 1155 project was Gutter Cat Gang. And that went terrible. Do you remember that went terribly when it first came out and everyone was like all mad at the Gutter Cats? I don't even remember what happened, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened. I'm trying to remember because I minted a bunch of those.
I don't remember. Yeah, drama, okay. Some drama. And
sure.
And Pranksy actually had refused to mint them because they said, oh no, I don't like that it's an ERC 1155 because ERC 1155s have fungible properties to it. So it's not a true NFT non-fungible token because it does have some fungible properties. So I thought that was really interesting. And now it's kind of becoming, actually ERC 1155s are good. So, it's so interesting how just, opinions and everything are just constantly changing in this space.
Yeah, for sure. That's actually really interesting. That's a cool way to do it and to think about it, because if you want to do a project that is like 7,000 pieces and you're ultra popular, there's nothing you can like right now. It's a mess.
It's a mess.
Yeah. It's a total mess. You saw what happened with the sevens. I don't know the exact story, but somebody minted like 1,000 of them. They like gamed the system. Yep.
That was and I think that really triggered a lot of people because so many people, because that was a really hyped up project.
Yeah, there was like 40,000 people in their Discord.
Yeah. And you know what? People got burned bad. People lost a lot of money trying to mint those. And it's like, people are getting fed up with the price of gas and how ridiculous it is right now. It's getting really ridiculous. I mean, I even tweeted the other day, I've retired from minting profile.
I saw that.
I'm hanging up my coat. I'm retired. That doesn't mean I'm not going to buy any more profile picture projects, but it just means
not
I'm not
going to fight in that race. Yeah,
I'm not going to do gas wars. Like I'll buy on the secondary. I'll cherry pick what I want. I don't need to be gambling and trying to, get a rare when it's like the probability is so slim. It's like, it's not even worth it, really. I'd rather just wait for, everyone to mint and then start listing on the secondary and then wait a little bit, wait a day or two or a couple days for the hype to die down and I can get a better deal if I really believe in the project. But more than likely, I don't even, it's like, people are just playing the mint lotteries with things that they don't even really want to hold, which is so dangerous. It's such a risky time. It's a great time to make a lot of money, but it's super, super risky time right now.
It's risky. There was a time a few months ago, 6 months ago, even there were people saying, 90% of these projects will fail, 95% in the long run. And now we're really seeing there's literally 10 every day. At least, like large projects. I mean, snails and bears and pandas and those are some of the good ones. Like there's like
toads came out this week.
Like there's another frog, the Frogland.io. My buddy Squirty and then Crypto Wizard. They're working on that one. Like that's a cool looking project. But I mean, there's 3 frog projects. Yeah, there's the another frog project too. I mean, so many animals. Like. There's 2 crypto dads projects. I actually know someone working on one of them. One of them's doing really well. The one that came out this week Crypto Daddies or something.
I guess it sold out in like a minute. They had tweeted, which is interesting. Yeah, and then that's the thing too, you know, with so many different animal profile picture projects coming out, you know, you don't have to be the first. You just have to be the best. You know,
you got to do something different, unique. Yep.
I mean, let's just talk about the Doge ones for an example. There were the Slum Doge billionaires that came out, and those were supposed to be like the Dogecoin dogs, right? And then a couple weeks later, the Doge Pound comes out. And guess what? Guess which one ends up doing a lot better? The Doge Pound. It wasn't the first, but it happened to be the best. And, you know, I didn't mint any or anything like that, but you know, it's like, you know, you just have to, you don't have to be the first. You don't have to rush your project because, you know, I need to be quick because, you know, maybe there's no rabbit projects. I need to get a rabbit project out there. Like, just take your time. You know, you don't have to be the first. If you're coming out with a profile picture avatar project, just work on being the best. Just work on, you know, providing value. Time is on your side if you're in it for the long haul. If you're in it for a quick cash, you know, you're just trying to sell out quick and get the cash and run, I guess, you know, pump it out. But it's like, if you're in it for the long haul, you know, there's people building now. There's people that are, you know, they're grinding away. They're really trying to perfect their projects and make them really good. So
you actually make a good point there for when people are looking at projects, like, look who the team is. Are they real people? Are they part of the community? Do other people know them? You know, like, is it chance they're just going to disappear if things don't go well, or are they going to stand up and be there? You know, like the Doge Pound, I don't really know anything about it. I mean, it got up to like a 1.5 ETH floor. It's down to a 0.82 the last I looked. Do you know why that one is like so popular?
They paid a lot of crypto people off. They paid off some people to promote
some of the influencers.
They did good with the marketing. They did good with the marketing.
Wow.
I don't know. I didn't look too much into that one, but I just know those, you know, they're doing solid. I even saw someone had a tattoo, got a Doge Pound tattoo on their leg. Wow. I've been seeing some. What do you think about these NFT tattoos? Because I have been seeing some tattoos. I just saw a Bored Ape tattoo today, a new one.
Yeah.
I see the pop up all the time.
You know, if I don't have any tattoos, if I was ever going to get a tattoo, it might be the Bored Ape, but I don't know.
Would you get your ape or would you get the logo?
I don't think I'd get the logo because
most people are getting the logo. Is what
most people are getting the logo. Okay.
Because
I guess you can do that because you're not making right. Then you sell your ape.
Yeah, it's like, well, I used to have this ape, but if it's just a logo, then it's like, oh yeah, like I'm part of the Bored Ape. Yeah,
that's not. I mean, if I was a tattoo guy, I probably would have that or something like it. You know, that's not a horrible one to get the logo. It's a pretty epic.
It's a skull, right? A skull's cool.
I'm actually wearing the Bobby Hundreds. It came today. Yeah, nice. The collab T-shirt. Yep.
Yes, the Hundreds collaborated with the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and they sold out. I guess it was like 20 minutes or less. They sold out, and it was like you had to wake up early to buy. My sisters just came in too. She was so nice. She ordered one for me, a sweatshirt and a shirt for me, but I didn't like the fit. So and I know she likes it more. So I was like, you can have them. So she has a backup.
That's what's up. Yeah. I actually bought 4 of these T-shirts and I only opened up one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, what are you gonna do with the others?
I don't know. I don't know. I might just keep them and use them for have them forever, or see if they're worth a lot of money. They're probably not worth that much, but
I mean, I'm sure that maybe on eBay or something.
eBay, they'll be worth something, right? It probably would at least pay for if I wanted to do that. But
right, but it's cool. Also kind of cool to hold on to, like you know. I mean, it's kind of.
Now I'm gonna wait for somebody to be like, "Is that a Bored Ape shirt?" I'm waiting for someone to like see me out in public.
Oh my gosh! Oh man, that would be so cool. I mean, definitely in New York and NFT NYC, someone will be like, I mean, everyone will probably be
that's gonna be right.
Everyone will know that.
I got to come up with some T-shirts for up there.
Oh yeah, NFT catcher.
Yeah, probably. I have an NFT catcher T-shirt with my Bored Ape on it.
Oh, nice. Yep. Also, another, this is the other thing I minted, the RSOP, Royal Society of Players, our friend NFT Anonymous. one of the creators of Royal Society of Players. I was just talking to you before this, that they are so involved. Like they're so active in their Discord, and they're always doing these giveaways and always doing fun events for the community. They are really a good example of community-led project. Anyway, you could mint your companionship, which we all are, even our producer had one and he minted his companionship, and everyone got a companionship. I guess there's benefits to holding both your card and your companionship. So we'll see. We were talking about earlier as well that we think they'll probably throw some type of event in New York. There's going to be a ton of events, by the way. If you see that NFT NYC is, maybe it's too expensive, maybe it's sold out, you should totally still come to New York, because there's going to be like so many events and parties. The Bored Apes are definitely going to throw a party. We don't know what, but they're definitely going to throw a party, and there'll just be so many opportunities to just like meet up with people and connect, which is, I think, the most fun part about being in the space. Just meeting people.
Yeah, that's going to be, no doubt. That's going to be an amazing week. I can't wait to meet so many of the people that I become friends with. Like everybody I talk to is going there. Like everybody. I just can't imagine what it's going to be like.
I know. Yeah. I know.
I know the NFT world's kind of a small circle. Like everyone knows each other, but it feels like there's like so many people. We will see. It's going to be a big event.
Yeah.
And Royal Society of Players, it's been one of our favorites, both of us, for a while now. They do a really good job. That's going to be a strong project for a long time.
Oh yeah, I'm holding on to mine. I had minted 2. Oh my gosh, I actually won the mint lottery. I don't know if I ever said this. I won the mint lottery with them because I minted 2. I think it was 0.11 or something to mint, or maybe that's how much it was after gas. I forget.
Yep.
But I got a gold spun king card, which I ended up selling for 1 ETH, I believe. And I was so excited about that. And then I got an ace of spades, which I'm keeping that one forever. That's my long-term
nice.
model.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Good move. I minted 6 of them, and I actually sold an ace on the first day for 0.5. Thought I was like, nice. Not really. I think it's way higher now, but let's see.
Well, maybe not. Maybe it's gone down. I mean, I don't know. Yeah,
the cheapest ace. Okay, cheapest ace is 0.54. It was like 1.5 for a while. That's
it probably had a little pump. I mean, the cool thing about them is like you just have to have one card to be involved. You don't have to have anything special. So I feel like the floor. What's the floor on them? I think it's like
0.18. Yeah, 0.18. Yeah.
So they're doing decent. They're staying above water, above mint price. That's always nice to see.
Did you get into the 888 inner circle thing that was going on?
No, but I did see that. I'm not really sure. Do you have more information about it? I only briefly saw it.
I don't have too much information. It's like you're buying a picture of his tweet, and he's got that platform coming out, the New World, they're really cool video and all that, and all those artists he's working with. So I got it at like 0.23 or whatever after the minting. It's now about double that. There are, how many total are there? I think there's 8,900. Okay, there's 8,900 of them, 2,800 owners. He was like, literally the floor's going up, and I haven't even said what they do yet. He said that when it was like 0.2. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go snag one.
That's interesting. He has a big following, and he seems to be pretty plugged into the space. Yeah. So I'll be interested to see what he ends up doing with that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you probably. My guess is you'll have a chance at the first drops on his platform. That's what I would hope.
Yeah. Well, that's what it said. It said you'll have first access to my stuff, and you can mint early and stuff. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna be happy to have that. Probably should even bought more, but I thought about buying a bunch of them.
That's a cool thing, is the whole membership idea. In the future, and I saw Gary Vee had tweeted, I don't know, it's a couple weeks ago, and he was like, we're going to be opening the first ever restaurant where it's like your NFT will be your membership. it'll be like a membership based restaurant, and your membership is an NFT, and it's going to be coming out in 2022. So we have some time, or maybe 2023. I don't know. It's kind of a while away, but they already like built out a site and stuff for it, a little bit of a site. And that's really interesting. Just the whole idea of like membership NFTs. And, I was thinking about that too with like gym memberships and stuff. It's like they could just be NFTs, like your gym membership.
No, you're on it. Season tickets for sports teams.
Mm-hmm.
BJ's.
And if you don't want it, you just sell it, like easy,
Yeah. BJ's, Costco, right?
Yeah,
right.
Costco, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not even joking. Like all of those places are going to be doing it.
Who knows
only makes
when
sense.
though? Yeah, it's only a matter of time. I'm curious when that'll happen. I think we're still at least a year out from.
Yeah. A couple years, maybe even.
Yeah, maybe a couple years. Maybe there'll be some small, places doing it here and there, but
you're gonna see. Gary V's working with Budweiser, Vayner NFT. Like they don't know, they haven't announced anything yet. Like I'm sure they're gonna come out first with some real premium stuff and do some auctions and like the first evers. Right. But like I could see like a 50,000 piece Budweiser project where where some of the tokens you get a free case of beer every month. Some of them you get to taste new stuff. Some of them you go get a tour of the facility. Some of them are this and that. I could absolutely see that. And then I could see other companies following suit. I know some companies are being patient because of like the environmental issues, especially with Ethereum. Like some people will protest and there's issues with like all that gas. That gas, by the way, you were talking about it earlier, all the money people lost on the sevens. That's like the biggest racket I've ever come across in my entire life.
Oh yeah.
This gas situation. Like you don't even get your token and you still lose the gas. Like
it's actually insane if you think about it.
Yeah, no, I know. It's literally the biggest racket. Like I worked with Ticketmaster for 20 years, and this is even worse.
Where else do you just lose so much money purely and you don't get anything in return at all?
No, you just try for it, you miss it, and they still take your money.
Yeah.
They got, man, but there's people are making so much money, like they're willing to take that risk.
Yeah. I feel like it's a whale's game with minting things that are super hype. I mean, it's hard if you're a smaller fish and you have a smaller budget. It's like, I think it is just a better bet to just wait a couple of days and buy, cherry pick on the secondary. It ends up being cheaper. It really just is cheaper. But with what you were saying with, one of the things I really liked about VeeFriends was that it wasn't just random. You didn't just mint and then, you happen to get I don't know, all the different ones, but like a lizard that gives you gifts for life. It's like, no, you selected the one that you want. You buy the one that you want. I love that about what VeeFriends did. And I think that is going to be more of the future of it. You were saying with Budweiser, it's like, maybe they'll have these different perks. I don't think you would just be random. I think you would be like,
pick, right.
You would pick. And I like being able to pick a lot better. I think that's, I think it's just better. Of course, the whole randomization thing is what entices people. And, it's the whole gambling aspect of it where people, mint purely for that reason. But I think, as better and, we have higher standards and better projects come out, it'll be better to see those projects come out where we can just pick what we want.
Yeah. When they know they have the demand like that, then that's totally cool. But you made a really good point there. You're exactly right. If you're just a random, avatar project, like you want people to be chasing that home run,
That's how you sell out.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be changing like that. I mean, VeeFriends was very innovative. Really ahead of its time for back in May. And I think it's going to still like keep, showing people the way. You're right. When Budweiser does it, they can absolutely do it that way. Because if you want to go meet the founder and you want to spend, 20 ETH for that one, like they'll have that token for you.
What else do we have to talk about?
I wanted to bring up some independent artists because we talk about a lot of the big projects, and I have a lot of friends that are kind of independent artists and people I know. These aren't necessarily my friends. Two of them are. One of them I'm kind of getting to know. like we talk about all these big giant projects, but there are some really amazing artists out there, working really hard. And I could go over 20, 30 of them. But I picked 3 to talk about today. And the first one is Mumbot. And she's a community leader. She helps people from all over the world. We did a room together to shine a light on artists from Thailand, and she set it all up. She brought all these artists in. We might have had 25 artists or so. They each got to tell their story and tell everything. This past week, Gary V bought one of her pieces or 2 of her pieces.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
And then it started a whole like avalanche on the secondary market. And that's
awesome.
It's really cool. She's like one of the nicest ladies, like part of the community. And it's really cool to see that happen. Yeah. I wanted to bring up a gentleman, Vintage Mozart. Have you heard of him?
Vintage Mozart? No, I haven't.
Yep. He's from Zimbabwe, and he makes these really cool, like all different kinds of art. It's Afrofuturism, I believe, is kind of what he does, but it's like, I don't know, you got to look at it. The couple that he made recently are just so cool, and I think he's going to be a star. He's also a community leader. And he runs a lot of rooms on Clubhouse, like where he brings in other artists and tries to shine a light on them as well.
Nice.
Vintage Mozart. Yep. That's his Twitter handle and Instagram. People should check him out. And the third one is a guy who's in the Lowbrow Art Collective. His name is Brian Morris, and he's done all kinds of art. I think he's been around for a long time. He's become a popular, but I really enjoy his ape derivatives. He makes, they're like nice. Kind of invisible-ish. You can see their insides, but still their outsides. Like, yeah. He like everyone I see of his, like you could see like all the teeth and the jaws and everything. It's pretty badass. Cool. Yeah, pretty badass. Cool. Yeah. There's a lot of artists I could go over. I just kind of wanted to shout out a few, kind of, I say independent artists, but they, they're doing big things, all of them.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of artists out there.
That's awesome that you shout out some people. And that's huge when Gary V kind of like notices your art, and he buys it. So how I the one NFT that I'm featured in, Maku Ranger with the Collector Chronicles, and I'm in chapter 2. Well, he drew up a sketch of Gary V like in his office, like with his feet up and everything. And he's like, Gary V, what do you think of this? Should I like mint this and, send this out to my holders? And Gary V didn't say anything to the tweet, but he posted it in his Discord and he just says, wow. And then everyone was like sending it to him. They're like, oh my God, like he saw your thing. Like, and so it's just, getting recognized by Gary V is pretty cool, Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that can happen like that. One of my buddies, he got retweeted by OpenSea, and then just all of a sudden all his stuff sold. Nice. Like in an hour. Yeah.
Wow.
Just like, it's amazing the power they have with one retweet. Some of these people can change a life like in 1 second.
True. That's true.
It's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. What else do we have on our list here? Yeah, I said I need to get on Twitter Space. I've been creeping in. Like, it really made me when I miss Loot. I didn't know anything about Loot until you told me about it last week. You know what I mean?
By the way, the floor has gone down to 6 ETH, which I know sounds like a lot, but it was kind of like 11 was like the floor. But yeah, that one's an interesting one.
But, I guess, I mean, 6 is still good. 11 is wild. It's still good. It's all. When I was studying that after we spoke last week, I found one person who minted one. Was it 0.02?
I don't know what it was.
Whatever it was not expensive. Yeah. And they sold it 7 days later for just under $1 million.
Wow. Well, how much is that in ETH?
What is that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Why can't I do the math?
Well,
300.
300 ETH?
Yeah.
Jesus, did they have like the most rare one or something?
Must have been. I don't even know. They all look the same. They all look the same to me. Except like
they all look the same.
Throwing knives.
It's all just words.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Good on them. That's impressive.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, that's like,
That's life-changing money right there.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's hitting the lottery.
$1 million,
Like,
that's
yeah,
in the
kidding?
lottery. I think I hit the lottery when I sell something for 1 ETH. And
I know. Yeah, it's when
People
you
over
get
here.
that sale coming, right? Yeah,
Jeez.
300 ETH. Unbelievable. I know. Like that's just from one little purchase. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
Right place,
NFTs.
right time.
Yeah,
NFTs.
really.
This is the time. It's
Yep.
the easiest time to make money, but it's also the riskiest.
Yep. You
But,
can
you
lose
know.
money. We say that a lot. You can lose money just as easily as you can make money.
Mhm.
I try and tell people that because I have people come to me, all the time now, friends and family, like, hey, tell me about NFTs. How do I start? And it's like, like it's kind of the same as like stock market. Like I could be a stockbroker and then you go to us, then like, okay, tell me how to make money. It's like, it's not quite that easy. Everything has its risk.
Yeah. I always kind of feel like the best advice for someone new is to being a NFT trader is hard. That's like a skill that takes a lot of practice. And, it's like, I think the best thing for new people is to just do research on different projects and find one that you think, find one within your budget that you believe has, potential and invest in it to hold on to long term. Like, I think that's the best bet. And then, you'll learn so much just from holding. Like, it takes a lot of patience to even be able to, these big moves. Oh, the person sold for $1 million. Well, they didn't sell right away. Like they were holding on to it. They were waiting. Like, these apes that sold 101 auctioned off for $24 million. A lot of people sold their apes early on for, 0.2. 0.2 was a resistance for a while. And it's like, but you have to be willing to hold on to things you believe in, believe have potential and you have conviction in. It's, you're not just going to buy something and then flip it for, 10 minutes later for, 10x. It's like, and you'll see people taking these massive losses too, because those are the type of people that also, it's like they're emotionally buying and therefore they're emotionally selling. Yep. And so you have to be really careful. You don't want to get wrecked. Don't wreck yourself as well. Like, it's fun, but it's, you just got to be careful. This is real money. This is real money here.
No, the truth, like it doesn't feel like it's funny that how we'll spend, 0.1 on something like it's nothing, it's $350 plus gas. Like, if I was out at the store, like buy $350 worth of clothes or something would be.
Yeah, I'm like,
right.
A shirt for $350?
Yeah,
no way.
No, right. But this JPEG
for $350, that's a steal.
I know. It's amazing. It's amazing. All righty. So I pulled up Crypto Slam here, the 7-day collection rankings that we kind of do at the end of every show, and it looks like Axie Infinity is back on top. They were at number 4 last week. We were surprised.
Welcome back, Axie.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. You're not going anywhere. 449,000 transactions, 117,000 buyers. They crush it they crush everybody. Number 2 was Loot, and then number 5 was Bloot.
Loot and Bloot. There we go. Yeah, Bloot is V's project.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it's just what's going on with that one? What did he do there?
I don't know. I didn't mint it. I guess I don't know enough to really speak on it, but
yep. Yeah, they had 4,200 buyers. So Bored Ape is 3, CryptoPunks 4, Art Blocks, Punks Comic again, still crushing it. Mm-hmm. And the Mutants at 8, and the Meta Hero, which is Pixel Vault Punks Comic, they're 9. That's the first time seeing them on the list. And V Friends that we spoke of earlier. Did you see V Friends announced Minneapolis for the location?
Oh, for the VeeCon?
Yep.
Nice.
Not the most exciting city of all time, but
Minneapolis. Yeah, that's kind of random.
Yeah.
That's
random. A little bit random. Yeah. That's where the Eagles played Patriots Super Bowl 52.
Oh, nice.
So that's the only time I was ever there before. Yeah.
Wait, when is that? When is VeeCon?
It's middle of May. I booked a hotel today there when he announced it.
Oh shoot, let's go.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I can't wait for that.
Oh well, I guess I can't go. I can't actually go because I do not have a V Friends, but
Yeah,
I'll
now
be
it's
watching
like
all the videos.
about 18 ETH right now for a V friend.
Jeez, that's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's wild. It's at the football stadium too.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
What the heck?
Yeah.
How many people are they
I know.
expecting?
10,000. I mean, it's 10,000 tickets plus whoever he wants to invite, I guess.
Oh.
But this is 10,000 tickets.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder
like,
how
if
many
you-
people show up.
No. It's a good question because there's definitely some there's probably just some investors around the world that. Well,
Or,
actually, you know what?
international people that it's like, okay, it's
Yeah.
kind of a lot to travel, and I don't know.
Yeah, but I wonder because the highest value you're probably ever going to get for these, I mean, who knows in the future, but would be right before the first one, you would think.
Yeah, you sell right
think
before it.
Right. You think it pumps up to that,
Conferences don't usually the conferences are usually just a couple $100 though. So
yeah, I know.
That better be some freaking fireworks here or something. Because 18 times 3 is what? I don't know. That's like 50 something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
It's 60,
or no.
it's about $60,000. Yeah.
Yeah. 60. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yep.
Yeah.
About.
That's insane. Imagine you're
And
paying.
you get to go for 3
$60,000.
years. So 20,000 a year. It's a bargain.
Oh, 20,000 a year
Yeah,
for a
it's a
conference.
bargain.
That's
Right.
that's insane.
Oh,
Only in the
that's-
NFT space. If that was
I
USD,
know.
no way it'd be that much. No way.
Yeah. I remember when it was 0.5 and people were talking. I was like, 0.5. It's you're going for 3 years. I was like, look, if you go to Coachella, it's 500 a year. It's kind of the same thing, but now it's 18. It's hard to justify with respect to just that. But what he's building is the value. I think people are
right. It's more
looking at
than just the conference. Yeah.
And then, of course, when these are over, he'll do other things and be like, okay, now if you have a V friend, you have a chance to get this or that.
Right.
It's all going to be coming. He'll be innovating the whole way. He'll be teaching us how to do things.
Yeah. And we'll be here to report on it.
Yes, we will. Maybe I'll have to do a live from the VeeCon too, like we're going to do it at NFT NYC. Sounds like we might work on something big for NFT NYC. I think we should have a lot of fun with that. Do a couple shows, maybe have some guests, whoever's in town, report from the conference. Yeah, we will.
For our listeners that aren't able to attend, you'll feel like you were there. Hopefully.
Yeah, heck yeah. There we go. Very cool. Well, that was fun. I think unless we want to have a couple final words, I think we're probably pretty good.
I think we're good. We'll see you next week. Thank you all so much for listening. I also wanted to plug our socials really quick. You can follow the NFT Catcher Pod on Twitter. You can also follow us individually. My Twitter is Jennifer_Sutto, SUTTO. And Michael, your Twitter?
Yeah, mine is @NFTicket. I was a ticket broker, like I said earlier, so that's kind of when I made my Twitter. NFTicket, NFTicket, nice and easy. Perfect. I'm pushing 5,000 followers. I know you're double that. I mean, you're in the stratosphere.
I'm at 13K. I'm at 13K.
Yeah, you're going up quick. I know. You are. But 5,000, I'm proud of. So that's exciting. Yeah.
And if you have any questions, any suggestions on, stuff you want to talk about, any feedback, feel free to DM us on Twitter. Our DMs are always open. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.
All right.
Thank you for tuning in to the NFT Catcher Podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and learned something new about the exciting world of NFTs. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you really love what you're hearing, please leave us a rating and review on your favorite platform. If you want to stay up to date with the latest news and insights from the NFT space, be sure to follow us on all the socials at NFT Catcher Pod. You can follow Jennifer at Jennifer_Pseudo and Michael at NFTicket. I'm your producer, Andy, and I'm at AJC254. Our theme song's by It's Just Los. We always appreciate your feedback and support, which helps us reach more people and bring you informative and engaging content about NFTs. We look forward to bringing you more great NFT content in future episodes. Thanks for listening. Peace.